In this lesson, we will work through some examples of function composition. Let's start with the graphs of y equals f of x and y equals g of x, and use these graphs to find g composed with f of negative 2, which is equivalent to g of f of negative 2. I'll start by finding f of negative 2 using the red graph y equals f of x. When x equals negative 2, y will be equal to 3. So now I need to find g of 3 when x equals 3, looking at the graph y equals g of x, then y will be equal to 1 here. So the solution to this problem is 1. Next, let's find f composed with g of 0. Same thing as f of g of 0. Starting with g of 0, I look at the graph of y equals g of x, and when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1 here. So I'll now need to find f of 1. To find f of 1, I look at y equals f of x. When x equals 1, y is equal to negative 1. So that's the answer to the second problem. F composed with f of 3. We can compose a function with itself. We'll just rewrite this as f of 3. And I'll first of all find f of 3. When x is equal to 3, f of x will be equal to 2. And so we'll now find f of 2 when x equals 2 on the graph of y equals f of x. Y will be equal to 3, so the answer here is 3. Let's next find f composed with g of x for the functions f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 5 and g of x equals 2x minus 3. Well, f composed with g of x is equal to f of g of x, which is equal to f of, in this case, 2x minus 3. I look at f of x. Wherever I have an x, I'm going to be plugging in 2x minus 3 in parentheses. So I'll have 2x minus 3 squared minus 2 times 2x minus 3, and then plus 5. We'll simplify. This is 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 minus 4x plus 6 plus 5, and this simplifies to 4x squared minus 16x plus 20. So here's f composed with g of x. Next, we'll find g composed with f of x for the functions f of x equals 3 over x and g of x equals 1 over x minus 1. G composed with f of x is equal to g of f of x. Here f of x is 3 over x. And to find g of 3 over x, I'll look at g of x. Wherever I have an x, I'll be replacing x with 3 over x. And then I'll simplify by getting one fraction in the denominator. So 3 over x minus 1, I'll have a fraction with a denominator of x, and I'll have 3 minus 1 times x over x. 1 divided by 3 minus x over x is the same as 1 times x over 3 minus x. So g composed with f of x here will be equal to x over 3 minus x. Next, g composed with f of 2, where f of x equals x squared minus 2 and g of x equals the cube root of x plus 6. So to find g composed with f of 2, I'll be looking for g of f of 2. And we'll start by finding f of 2. So f of 2, I look at f of x. Wherever I have an x, I'll plug in 2. That will give me 2 squared minus 2, which is equal to 2. So now to find g of 2, I look at g of x, and wherever I have an x, I'll plug in 2, which will be the cube root of 2 plus 6. the cube root of 8, which is 2. Try on your own. Find and simplify f composed with g of x for f of x equals 2x plus 1 and g of x equals 1 over x plus 3.